Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carrie. Appreciate you stopping by. Today I wanted to share with you 6 practical tips. You've heard people say, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, what if what you're seeing isn't what's really going on? What if somebody is really nervous about being on a date, but what you're seeing is somebody who is very comfortable, practiced, confident? This is a practical approach we're going to take here today, 6 of them. If that's at all interesting, I hope you'll stick around because that's what's on the agenda. Number 1, practice this because practice makes better. Stand up straight, no slouching. Have a straight spine, and maybe use that trick of imagining that there's a string going through your spine and up through the top of your head that's lengthening your entire spine. It gives you a really good posture that's important, I think, and we want to make sure that you do this with equal weight on both feet. They should be shoulders width apart, and this will help keep you steady, and most importantly, this is going to keep you from swaying. Number 2 is no swaying. If this is something that you're prone to doing, and you'll know if you did this all through high school, every time you were forced to stand in front of the class and read a book report or report back to the class after your summer vacation. But if you practice not swaying, you can practice standing still and have a conversation with somebody. But use your cell phone so you can see how you were doing. If you just hit record, you'll be able to see in the video you watch afterwards if the phone was rocking back and forth. You don't have to have it trained on you or your feet or your shoulders. The movement of the phone will be enough. And it doesn't matter if it's your sister or your mom, your friend that you're talking to. We're all prone to certain things we typically do, even with people we're familiar with. And as far as standing posture goes, also remember to tip or tilt your hips slightly forward so that you're not standing sway back with your butt pushed out. That doesn't look confident. Also, don't forget that your feet should be facing in the general position, the direction of the person you're talking to. You don't want to look like you're getting ready to bolt for the door should there be a gap in the conversation. And people can always tell if you're engaged in conversation with them based on the direction that your body is facing and your feet are pointed. Number 3, don't be afraid of eye contact. I know that some people think that when you look somebody straight in the eyes, that they're going to believe you're probably lying and they are doing it on purpose to not appear evasive, but that's highly inaccurate. When people look us in the eyes, even newscasters will look straight in your, even I will look straight down the camera lens into your eyes. It's because I'm being sincere. Why would I need to look elsewhere unless I'm trying to think of something that I wanted to tell you or forgot likely? So same thing in person. Practice talking to a family member or people at work by making direct eye contact, and don't forget to blink. Sometimes I blink too much, but that's because I have dry eyes. And interestingly, in case you didn't know, dry eye actually presents itself by your eyes watering all the time. I can't step outside without mine just starting to cry. Horribly annoying. Number 4, it's about your hands. Keep them out of your pockets. Keep your hands from behind your back. And in fact, keep your hands visible to the person you're talking to. Also, we want to try to avoid fidgeting. Fidgeting with your fingers, touching your neck or your face makes a person seem nervous or uncomfortable. Instead, some options to help with this are that 1, you can simply cross your arms if you're sitting. And if you're standing, some options are just to cross your arms by holding your elbow or holding your other hand at the wrist. That keeps your hands together and keeps everything organized. Steepling your fingers if you're sitting is viewed as a very trustworthy and confident act. And if you're sitting down, you can just intertwine your fingers, but make sure to keep them in plain view. Hiding your hands gives people the feeling of somebody not being trustworthy. Even magicians who are going to trick you take their hands along with whatever objects they're using out of view to set up their magic tricks. So keep those in sight. And for the guys, we women don't want to be surprised in any way when we're having a conversation with you. Maybe I've watched too many crime videos, but we always want to see your hands to reassure us that we're not in any kind of danger. And besides, fiddling below the table with your hands could be misconstrued in a multitude of ways. Number 5 is learning how to mirror another person's body language. And you probably do this already, but it's probably subconsciously. When we're talking to somebody and they lean back in their chair, we are probably going to do the same thing. If they cross their legs, we're likely to do the same thing and in the same direction even without even noticing. But it's most important when somebody is leaning in. You can see how it wouldn't have the same effect if they lean backwards and you lean forward. But mirroring somebody's body language makes people feel like the two of you are in sync. Number 6 is paying attention to your own face. I know. This one, again, is better to practice on your own or with a friend. My friend is definitely my iPhone, my telephone, and we can do some good work together there. You might want to give that a try. Some people are prone to leaving their mouth agape. I know that I can do that. Mostly, I tease my kids about watching people across the room and saying, hey, you're going to catch a fly in their mouth, but they're doing this, unaware of their face when they're watching other people. But then they just make fun of me because I have a horrible habit when watching people making out in the movies that my lips purse into a kiss shape. I've been doing this for years, and the kids have been teasing me about it for years. I just be watching like this. The thing I want you to pay attention to here are expressions that show stress in your face, more importantly, like furrowing your eyebrows or grimacing. It's just a good idea to periodically, when you're in conversation, to like kind of check in with your face and make sure that nothing feels real tight or contorted. And remember that just as we're doing sitting down and remembering to sit up straight, check in with yourself, remember not to slouch. You can just remember to relax your face, and you want an expression that's going to look pleasant to other people. And a reminder that there's absolutely nothing wrong with a straight up smile in that situation where appropriate, in a conversation especially. It doesn't have to be something funny, just something slightly amusing so that the corners of your lips can rise, which is a nice way to be looking at another person. I have a bemused look that I think I walk around with. I know I do because it's part of the reason people talk to me randomly in public. They think I'm smiling about something they're doing, or them in particular, when in fact it's just my little bemused look. So I guess we're going to end on a smile, and not a bad place to end. I wanted to remind you that I have a free guide, free totally, about meeting people in the wild that I think could be helpful. There is a lot about putting yourself out there when it's not your natural element, and there might be some nerves involved. So grab that. It's pretty in-depth, comprehensive is what I like to say, and it's absolutely free, sent to your email box. And also, I want to point out to you, I'm not sure you're seeing it here, but I have an entire playlist on confidence. So make sure you check this out if you think you could use a little more help in this area. Appreciate you stopping. Oh, Mom, that's my little mama. She would really, really love a thumbs up if you could spare a moment to do that. And as long as you're there, hit that subscribe button. I look forward to seeing you back here again soon. And until next time, have a good one.